everyone, welcome to this question where we are required to factorize this expression. The first thing that comes to my mind is that I saw 6, 2 and 8. I saw that there is a common factor. I'm going to factorize by taking out common factor. And what's the common factor? 2. So the first part to this question, I saw that all the numbers here can be divided by 2. So I take out 2 as the common factor. I'm left with 3 because 2 times 3 is 6. X squared minus x minus 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now, my focus will be on this expression here. And I'm going to factorize a second time using the cross method. Okay. So in this case here, then at the side here, I would then have this particular table here where I will write down 3x squared is here, negative 4 is here, and negative x is here. So there's only 3x multiplied by x to give me my 3x squared. As for 4, it can be either 1 times 4 or 2 times 2. So I check. My objective is later on I will get a negative 1. And so I realize that I will choose this because 3x times 1 is 3x. X times 4 is 4x. And I saw the negative sign, meaning one of them is negative. And this is negative. Negative 4 plus 3x is negative 1x. And therefore, x times negative 4 will give me my negative 4x. And from here, I will then be able to get my final answer. This is still 2. My final answer will be 3x minus 4. That's one of the bracket. X positive 1, x plus 1 as the other factor. And we are done with this question. All right. Hello everyone. For this question where we are required to factorize completely this particular expression here, again I saw something. I saw that 12 and 27, A and A, there is a common factor. Okay. So for the step 1, I will be factorizing by taking out common factor. Yeah. So 12 and 27, I could actually divide by 3. I also got my A. That will give me 4. See, I have my x squared. Minus 27 divided by 3 will be 9. Y squared. Now the next part here though, how do I factorize this? I saw a square minus square, then I'm going to factorize using a square minus b square is actually equals to a plus b, a minus b. So for this particular question, if you can see, I'm going to rewrite it so that it's easier for you to see. 4x squared, I can rewrite it as 2x squared, because 2 times 2 is 4. 9y squared, I can rewrite it as 3y squared. 3 times 3 is 9, y times y is y squared. And from here, we can then see what is my a and what is my b. And I just have to apply this special product neatly here. 2x is my a, 3y is my b. And I have successfully factorized completely this expression. Alright, let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are required to factorize completely this expression here. The first thing that comes to my mind when I see this, there are two ways to go about doing this. Either you use the cross method, or in this case, I'm going to share with you my observation, okay? I saw that 16x squared and 25y squared, 16x squared, I can write it as 4x squared. 4 times 4 is 16. X times x is x squared. Yeah. $25 y squared, I can actually rewrite it as 5y, the whole thing squared. 5 times 5 is 25. Y times y is y squared. Then I remember this special algebraic formula. A minus b bracket square y minus, because I see a minus here. And this one actually, after you expand and simplify, it will end out as this expression. So from here, I can actually see my a already and my b, right? That means in the middle, I just need to have a minus 2 times my a and my b, which is 4x, 5y. Sorry, yeah, I'm going to shift this to the side. So give me a moment as I adjust my working. Okay. And then I could just simply rewrite it as a minus b bracket square by extension. Now my a is 4x, my b is 5y, and I have successfully factorized this expression using observation and the special product of a minus b bracket square. Alright, let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are given that June is X years. So I'm going to color code June is X. June's sister is 3 years younger. Okay, so in this case here, then that would be X minus 3. Younger means minus 3. Their mother is 2 times as old as June and the sister together. Okay. Oh, part A. Write down in terms of X, what is the June's sister, the age, which I already gotten here. Yup. So for part A, the answer is X minus 3. As for part B, we do need to have some form of a working. So part B, I'm going to write down below. The mother is 2 times as old as not only June, but June and her sister together. So for this particular question, so June's their mother age is therefore equals to 2 times of June and sister. So I just need to slowly simplify it. X plus X is equals to 2X. Still got my minus 3 behind. And after which, multiply the 2 in. This one will give you 4x. 2 times negative 3 will give me negative 6. Done. In 5 years' time, the combined age of June, sister, and mother will be 66. Write down an equation in X and show that it simplifies to 6x plus 6. So for part C, I'm going to write down here at the side. So for the first part would then be, do take note, it will be in 5 years' time means for June, which is the blue color, plus 5, that will be her age in 5 years' time. X minus 3, this is June's sister, right? In 5 years' time, I also need to add the 5 to the sister. Not forgetting the mother. The mother is 4x minus 6. Also, the mother in 5 years' time, so I also need to add the 5 years. And their total age, that's why I add them up, is equal to 66. So now I need to simplify so that it will give me 6x plus 6 equals to 66. Let's see if it works. X plus x is 2x plus 4x is 6x. 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 minus 6 is 1. 1 plus 5 is positive 6. And I have shown that it does indeed simplify to 6x plus 6 equals 66. And hence, find Jun's sister's age in 5 years' time, which is this particular expression here. Of course, we must first find what is the value of x. So for part D, right, I'm going to just move up. So for part D, I will start off with 6x plus 6 equals 66. I'm going to solve this. So it will be 66 minus 6 on both sides. And I will get 60. Then to find x, all I have to do is to divide by 6 on both sides. So I've gotten my x, which is 10. And the sister's age in 5 years' time, her current age is, so the sister's age in 5 years is equal to, x is June, right? Sister is 3 years younger now, and in 5 years' time, I need to add 5. So the answer would be 12 years old. With that, we've come to the end of this question. And let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are given the lifespans of 21 grade P batteries. And we are required to complete the ordered stem and leaf diagram here. So I'm going to just zoom in first. Well, the key is important. 5/4 means 5.4. So the 5.4, 5.8 and 5.9 has been given down. So usually I like to use a pencil. After I finish one of the values, 5.8, 5.9 has been done, then I continue. So I will now need to, the next number here would be 6. 6 point. So I'm going to sieve out all the 6. There's 6.5, 6.8, 6.7. So there is 6.5, 6.7, 6.8. The next number would be, the next set of number will be 7. 7.1, there is 2. Followed by 7.4. I also saw 7.8, 7.9, 7.3. And 7.9 again. So for 7, there are 7.1, there is 2 of them. 7.3, 7.4, 7.8, 7.9, there is 2. Next will be 8, 8.2, 8.2, 8.2, and 8.7. There are 2, 3, 8.2, and 1, 8.7. Next will be 9, 9.1, 9.3, and 9.4. 1, 3, 4, and lastly is 10. 10, there is only 10.2. All right. And we are done with part A. Part B. We are now given the lifespan of grade Q batteries in this table. And in this table, we can see that there are 6, let me just quickly explain, 6 batteries where the lifespan is between 6 hours and 7 hours. 2 batteries, lifespan is between 7 and 8. N number is 8 and 9. 5 batteries, lifespan is between 9 all the way to 10. 1 battery that is more than 10 hours but less than or equals to 11. Okay. Now, given that the class interval that contains the medium lifespan is more than 8 hours, less than or equals to 9, state the smallest possible value of n. Alright, then we now have to look at how many numbers is below 8, which is this part here. We also need to know how many number is here to here. Okay, the reason I'm saying that is you will see that there are 8 batteries, which is less than. So currently there's already 8 batteries on this side where the lifespan is less than 8. And currently we have 6 batteries with lifespan more than 9. And if I want the medium to be here, okay, that means that middle battery is really there. What could be the smallest possible value of n? So right, there's this 1 battery that is happening here, and this is my medium. To balance them up, because medium is in the middle, I already have 6. How many more battery is needed so that I can balance up to 8? So if I have 2 more batteries such that 6 plus 2 is 8, I will have 8 batteries on my left side and 8 batteries on my right side, and I have my median conveniently parked in that middle class, which is x is between 8 and less than or equals to 9. Right? So what is the total number for n? 1 plus 2, 3. And this will be the smallest possible value of n. Next. So now n is not 3, rather n is 5. Find the model class. So if n is 5, for example, then the model class, right? What is a model class? Model class is the class that has the highest, that appears the most number. So in this particular question, I could see that should n is 5, the highest number is actually 6. So therefore, the model class we are talking about is 6.0. X is more than 6.0, less than or equals to 7.0. And by making further comparison, explain briefly whether grade P or grade Q batteries are better. So in this particular question, we could try to find out where the medium is given n is 5. So to help everyone, I'm going to paste the table again for the last part, okay? So bear with me for a while I put the table here at the side. And in this case, yeah, let me just put it below, okay? So that it's easier for us to see. Okay. And now this n is 5. So once we have n is 5, then from here, then we will then need to decide and find out where is the medium. So from here, the total number is 6 plus 2 plus 5 plus 5 plus 1. So the total number of batteries equals to 19. This means that I already have 8 batteries here. Six batteries here, and out of these 5 batteries that is in the middle, 19, right? To split 19 numbers easily, you could actually see that I could have 9 batteries on one side, 9 batteries on the other side, and 1 battery right in the middle. Okay, so this means that out of these 5 that is in the middle currently, I would then need 1 battery and 6 plus 3. So I will have 9 at the other side, and there will be this 1 battery that is right in the middle, and that battery is my medium. So from here, the middle class is here. Why is this so important? Because this tells me that the medium for grade Q batteries is more than 8 hours, less than or equals to 9. And when I compare this to grade P, so I need to go back here, grade P, where there are 21 batteries. So this is what I usually do. I usually like to strike off the front and back so that I slowly get to the middle. What do I mean by that? 5.4. Probably use highlighter. But in your case, you can just simply use a pencil. So this is 1 pair. So as I slowly move towards the middle ground, 6.5, behind is 9.1, 6.7, 8.7, 6.8, 8.2, 7.1, 8.2, 7.1, 8.2, 7.39. Slowly, you can see that we will be able to locate where is the medium, which is 7.8 hours. Combining these two data, then I can see which one is better. For a battery, the longer the better. And for grade Q, the median is more than 8. Grade P, the median is 7.8, which is less than 8. So in that sense, grade Q, batteries are better because the medium of grade Q batteries which is between which is more than 8.0 hours and less than or equal to 9.0 hours is longer than that of grade P batteries, which is 7.8 hours. The keywords I will highlight for everyone, okay? The keyword is, of course, we must talk about the medium of Q. And we do need to indicate this though, the values. We also need to use comparison words such as longer or higher. And of course, not forgetting the answer lah. With that, we have come to the end of this pretty long question. Alright, so at any point of time, if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. And let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, let's solve this particular question where we are given a equation here. So the first step that I want to do, I like to go slow. So I'm going to combine into a single fraction on my left side, meaning I am going to multiply by 7. And multiply by 4. So that I can combine to a single fraction now, which is 28 as the common denominator. Then at the top we have 7 times 3x, 21x, minus my 4 times 2x minus 9. Well, not forgetting my equals 5 at the other side of this equation. Next step though will be to expand and simplify the top. I still have my denominator as 28. 21x. I'm going to expand and simplify this. Negative 4 multiplied by 2x, negative 8x. Negative 4 multiplied by negative 9, positive 36. Continue to simplify. So I will have 13x plus 36 over 28 equals to 5. So the next step here would then be to multiply 28 on both sides, so that the next line that you see will look like this. 13x plus 36 will be equals to 5 times my 28. And so this will be 5 times 28 is 140. So slowly I'm finishing. You can see that I'm going to minus 36 on both sides. And this will give me a value of 104. So finally, I'm going to divide by 13 on both sides. And I will get my answer as 8. And we are done with this question. All right. Hello everyone, welcome to this problem where we are going to solve this particular question or inequality. Well, I see bracket. The very first thing is for me to expand and simplify this bracket. Negative 4 multiplied by x is negative 4x. Negative 4 multiplied by negative 10, positive 40. Okay. And let's continue. X minus 4x, that will give me negative 3x. And I still have my 40 here. I'm going to minus 40 on both sides of the inequality sign, such that it will become like this. This will give me a value of negative 33. And finally, my x. Do notice what would I do next? I change the direction of the sign because I am dividing by a negative number. So every time you divide by a negative number, you have to change this particular sign. Okay. So final answer, x must be bigger than 11. Alright, and we are done with this question. Hello everyone, it takes 4 men to renovate a house in 27 days. Assuming that at this same rate, how many days then does it take for 9 men to renovate the same house? So the key thinking here is that logically, the greater the number of men we have to renovate the house, do you think it will take longer or lesser time? Yes, the lesser the time taken. So this is important because now I know that it goes opposite direction. And from here I can see that this is actually an inverse proportion question. Okay? And therefore, when you see my working, 4 men takes 27 days to renovate this same house. 1 man, because it is inverse proportion, right? So if I divide by 4 to give me 1, I will have to multiply by 4. And that will give me 108 days. And now I can find my 9 men already, because I just need to multiply by 9 here, which means I'm going to divide by 9 on the other side. That will be 12 days. And that will be the answer for this question. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are given the following. C, which is the cost of a fabric, is directly proportional to the square of its length. So in this case, it's actually L square. Okay, so for part 1, since they are directly proportional, do take note, this is the general equation that we are going to make use of. We use the letter K, constant K, multiplied by L square. And this is the part where they will allow us to find the value of K. Because now I know this C is $90 and the L is 15 square. Okay, so from here I would then be able to get my value of K easily. It is just 90 divided by 15 square, and that will give me 0.4. So this will give me 0.4. And therefore, part 1 is done, because the equation that they require us to find which for the equation connecting C and L, C is therefore equals to 0.4 times L square. And for part 2, find the length when the cost is $25.60. This means that the C, I'm going to rewrite it as $25.60. This is going to be equals to 0.4 times my L square. So from here I can gather that my 25.60, I'm going to divide by 0.4 in order for us to find the L square. This is equals to 64. So 64 is equals to L square. Therefore, I will be able to get my L, which is the length. It is simply the square root of 64. And I will be able to get my L. In this case, 8 meter. Alright. And we are done with this question. Let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are given ABCD is a trapezium, where AB is parallel to CD and E is actually on the point on AD such that CD, CE is equal to each other. We are also given sum of the angles. Part 1, let's see. Find the angle Alright, I'm going to now make a copy of this diagram and let's have a look. And let's zoom in. So we will need to find angle CED, which is here. And do take note, these two angles are the same because they are base angle of an isosceles triangle. And where is the isosceles triangle? Because I have equal length here. Alright, the next thing to take note of is for this particular question, because this is parallel lines, then actually I will be able to get the red color angle easily because there is a special relationship between these two angles here. They are called interior angles and they add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so if I know angle ADC, I can know angle CED. Alright, so let's do this slow and steady. My first step is to find my angle CDE, which is 180 minus 108 degree. Okay, the reason is of course that they are interior angles where AB is parallel to CD. Then I will be able to get my answer 72. Next step, then you have to let people know that this is actually the same as CED because they are base angles of isosceles triangle. So answer 72. Alright. Next question, we are required to find angle DCE. So again, I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to make a copy of this and this will help us to do this question easily. Okay, come, let's focus on part B. DCE. Now that we know this is 72, this is also 72, and this is a triangle. So to find triangle DCE, it is essentially angle sum of a triangle. That means 180 going to minus away my 272 degrees, yeah? And what is the reason for this? Angle sum of triangle. (36 degrees). Next, we are required to find ABD, so I am going to just put this oval so that it's neater and easier for us to see. Okay, angle ABD. Where would that be? ABD is this one. Okay, so the first thing to take note of is ABD and this angle are the same, right? Because this is alternate angle, yeah. And previously we have gotten this particular angle here, which is 36, right? Then my focus now is on this green color triangle. Because this angle and this angle and this angle has a special relationship. Please see that this is actually the exterior angle of triangle DFC, the green color triangle. And because of that, I will be able to get B angle BDC easily. Angle BDC is simply 82 degree minus 36 degree. Okay, because angle BDC and the 36 degree, they add up to the exterior angle of a triangle, right? So in this case, this one will be equals to 46 degree. And the reason is I'm using the fact that they add up to the exterior angle of a triangle. And now that I know this is 46, and this is also 46, because they are alternate angle. So this one is equals to 46 degree, or to make it even better, angle BDC. Why are they equal? They are alternate angles, where AB is parallel to CD. Okay, and we are done with this question. And let's move on to the last question, DBC. Okay, so again, as per previous, I'm going to make a copy of this so that it's easier for us to visualize for this part. Right. Our objective is to find this DBC, which is this angle here, and previously we already gotten the following. ABD is 46, and so please do see that there is a special relationship between these angles. Yeah, they add up to 180 degree. Yes, and therefore I will be able to get angle DBC easily using 180 minus away my 46 degree, also minus away my 79 degree, because they are interior angles where AB is parallel to CD, and this will give me a value of 55 degree. And with that, we are done with this whole question on angle properties. let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are given the graph of 2x plus 3y equals to 6 already drawn for you. Okay? The question now is, how can we find the gradient of this line 2x plus 3y equals to 6? Well, since they give me this graph, so I could actually tap on my knowledge of gradient. So for gradient could be is equals to y1 minus y2 divided by x1 minus x2. So I need 2 points, right? I need a 1 point here. I also need another point here. And I could get these 2 points immediately from the graph. So I'm going to just use this as the first point. And this will be, my x is 0, my y is 2. I will also use this point here, where my x is 3 and my y is 0. So this will be my x1, y1, x2, y2. I'm going to just substitute neatly into my gradient formula. Okay, so you will see this 2 and 0, y1 minus y2, so it will be 0 and 3, and I will get my answer. Okay, negative 2 over 3. Alright, now for part B. Complete the table of values for this. So for the first blank, the x is 0. So all I have to do is to substitute the 0 in and use my calculator, and I will get a value of negative 2. Now, my x becomes 2. So now, instead of 0, I'm going to substitute the value of x as 2. So 2 times 2 minus 2, I will get 2. And with these 3 points here, I'm able to plot the graph now on the grid. So I'm going to just, for convenience sake, going to just copy this over so that it's easier for you to see as well. I got this table here. So we are going to start plotting on this grid now. My first point is this. When x is 0, y is negative 2, so that will be x is 0, y is negative 2, this point. Do mark with a big cross. My next point will be when x is 1, y is 0. When x is 1, which is here, y is 0, which happens to be this particular point, because that's the point where y is equals to 0. Last, when x is 2, y is 2. So when x is 2, which is here, we have to go up to the point where y is 2. So it's this particular point. And after which, please take out a ruler. Now that I got this 3 point here, I'm going to take out a ruler and join these 3 dots. please also remember to label y equals to 2x minus 2. Please remember to label the equation of the line. Alright, and we are done with part C. Part D. Hence, write down the solution for the equation here. Please see that we actually draw these two lines. Yeah, this is my purple line. And this line is actually given. So where do you think is the answer for this particular simultaneous equation? Brilliant! It's this point here. The point where they intersect each other. So this will be 0.5 and 1. So my x is 0.5. My y is 1. From the graph itself. Okay, with that we have come to the end of this question. Let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are given an object that is made up of a solid cone and a hemisphere. And we are also given the height of the cone and the slanted height. Our job now is to show that the radius is 5 cm. So I'm going to zoom in. Okay, so for part A, I'm going to just cut this diagram out so that it's easier for us. So I hope that you can see that our focus now is therefore in this right angle triangle here. And also do take note that this particular length is 13 and I have my height here and my radius happens to be this. So I'm going to let this be r. This is my radius. So it will be good to let people know that we are going to let r be the radius. So by Pythagoras theorem, my r square plus my 12 square. So r square plus 12 square is equals to 13 square, right? This is by Pythagoras theorem. So from here, I will then be able to get my r square is equals to 13 square. I'm going to minus away the r square on both sides. This happens to be equals to 25. So my r is simply the square root of 25. Shown. So for part B, find the total surface area of this ornament object. So for the total surface area, let's just focus here. Now that we know the radius as well, which is 5. So total surface area, there's two surfaces. One is the curved surface area. And the other is the curved surface area of the hemisphere, which is half of a hemisphere. Yeah. Curved surface area of a cone is pi rl, where L is this. This is my radius, right? So radius is 5. Okay. For half of a hemisphere of this curved surface, it is actually 2 pi r square. And therefore, I will then be able to get the total surface area easily. Okay, it will be pi r is 5, L is 13, plus my 2 pi r square. Okay, this is my red color area and this is my green color area. And I will get 361 point, give answer to about 6 sig fig, followed by 361 cm square to 3SF. And find the volume of this ornament. So going back to this, I'm going to just do this so that it's easier for us. Again, I'm going to see this as two separate volume. For volume, then this will be 2 over 3 pi r cubed. And volume of a cone would then be 1 over 3 pi r square h. So simply, so the volume will be equals to 2 over 3 pi r. R is 5 cube plus 1 over 3 pi r square. R is 5 and my height is 12. Okay, so this is my green color volume and this is my red color volume, and this will give me a value of 575.96. This is about 5 significant figure, followed by final answer 576 cm cube to 3SF. And with that, we have come to the end of this question, and let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are given the time taken by a group of students to solve a mathematics question in a distribution table and histogram. And write down the value of this f for part A, which happens to be from 5 to 10. So actually we are looking at this particular class here, this part here, and I saw that it relates to 14. So my answer for F, 14. Next part will then be to complete the histogram on top. So this is pretty straightforward. From 15 to 20 is 12. So I'm going to just and from 20 to 25 is 6, 20 to 25 is 6, so you'll be here. Okay, so it'll be good to see this. And we are done with part B as well. Part C, calculate the percentage of students who took more than 10 minutes. Okay, so now that I know this is 14, The very first thing for this particular question, right, actually is I do need to know what is the total number of students for this particular problem. So it will be 18 plus 14 plus 10 plus 12 plus 6. And this will be equals to 60 students. And out of these 60, students who took more than 10 minutes. So let's take a look at this table. T is between 10 to 15, more than 10. This is also definitely more than 10. These 6 students also took more than 10. So you can see then that later on I will be adding 10, 12 and 6 because these are the students who took more than 10 minutes. Okay, so for this particular question, therefore the required percentage that is required is equals to 10 plus 12 plus 6. I'm going to divide by the total number of students. Because we are looking at percentage, I will just need to times 100%. And I will be able to get 46.667%. Final answer to 3SF, 46.7%. Last question, last part of this question. Find the estimated mean time to solve the mathematics question. Well, for this question, then we do need to look at this table, which I'm going to cut it out so that it's neater, easier for us to see. Okay. So from this table, right, how then can we find the mean time taken for the students? Take note, be very careful. Let's see what Mr. Tan is going to do, right? From 0 to 5, what is the middle number? 2.5. Between 10 and 5 and 10? 7.5. And this is 12.5. That is the middle value. 17.5 and 22.5. Okay, so are we ready? So take note of what Mr. Tan is going to do. Okay, so the estimated mean will be equals to 2.5 times 18 plus 7.5 times 14 plus, do you see where this is going? 12.5 times 10 plus 17.5 times 12 plus the last part will be 22.5 times 6. And after which, this whole value is over the total number, which is 60. So I will get 620 divided by 60. Final answer 10.333 to 5 SF, followed by 3 SF. Okay. And that would be the estimated mean time for this particular question. And with that, we have come to the end of this particular question. And let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are given the floor plan of a typical 3-room flat. And all the dimensions are in millimeters. That's the first thing that caught my eye. Okay, then in my mind I already is thinking that 1 cm is 10 mm. Okay, this is in mm, millimeter. And the other thing that caught my eye is the scale. So this is something for us to take note. And for part A, find the actual dimensions in meters for common bedroom. So my objective for this part A is just to focus on this particular common bedroom. And now our job is to locate the dimensions. 30 by 39. And since they want us to be in meters, so the first step here would then be to convert my 39 and since the scale is 1:90, meaning 1 cm is to 90 cm, so straight away I can get the 39 mm. If I multiply by my 90, I will get the dimensions for the actual dimensions in mm. 3510 mm, but we need to convert it to meter, and so I convert it slowly. This will be equals to 351 cm. And after that, then I can get my 3.51 meter. Okay, so this will be my length, 3.51. So now I need to replicate for my 30 cm. Yeah, 30 mm. Okay, so I'm going to replicate this for my 30 mm. I'm going to multiply by 30, 90 as well, since that is the scale. And this will give me 2700 mm. So if you want, you can do this slowly. So again, this one I can convert it to 270 cm by dividing by 100. And finally, 2.7 meter. Part B. Calculate the actual area of the living room in square meter. Now our job becomes, we now need to look at the living room, which is this. Okay. And the dimensions is here. Alright. So I'm going to, for easy reference, I'm going to cut this over. So that is the living room. And I'm going to convert the dimensions first to meter, since they want us to leave answers in meter, right? So in this case here, my 33, my length, and my breadth, length is 65, sorry. So my length will be equals to 65 multiplied by 90 to give me my dimensions in mm. And now we know we divide by 10 to give us cm, followed by divide by 100. So this one will give me 5.85 meter. And my breadth of this living room, 33, again multiplied by the scale, so this will be 2.97 meter, and therefore I will be able to get my area easily now in meter. .3745 meter square, and this is the exact value. So I'm going to write this down. Right, now for the last part. The length and breadth of one piece of carpet is 60 cm by 30 cm. How many pieces of carpet will be needed to cover the entire living room? Okay. Show all the necessary working. So in this case here, do take note the living room is this. So I'm going to just make a copy again of this living room so that it's easier for us to visualize. So for here, right? Take note, this one is in cm, so my 65 again, I would just need to convert it to the actual length, which would be, which we already found it already, right? Isn't it? We already have this already, and this. I just need to convert it to cm instead of meter. So 5850 mn will be 500 and so instead of writing this, I'm going to just write down the actual length, 585 cm here, 297 cm here. And the carpet is in this form, so it will be 60 by 30. So for one carpet, it will look something like this, where I will have the 60 cm and 30 cm. Okay, and therefore I just need to know the number of carpets for the to cover the length, and that will be 585 cm divided by 30. This will give me 19.5, but because we need to cover the entire living room, then I will need at least 20. So I do the same for the breadth. So the breadth will be 297 divided by 60. I will get 4.95. Again, just to make sure that I can cover everything, at least 5. So the final answer. Therefore, the total number, let me just create some space, okay? So I'm going to just eliminate this so that I got more space. Great. So therefore, the number of pieces, number of carpets that is required, 20 times 5. I need at least 100 of them. Okay? And with that, we have come to the end of this question. So if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.